How's it going, guys? So today we're going to be testing the arrows that I taught you how to make in my last video. Now if you're looking for some kind of highly scientific test or perfect anatomical correctness or some kind of sterile testing environment, I don't know where you're going to find that, but it's not here. But if you want to watch a guy having fun shooting at a piece of meat in his backyard with a homemade bow and arrow, here's your video. So what we have here is 2.5 solid inches of pork loin. What this is supposed to simulate is like a deer's shoulder or something, because if you can penetrate through a deer's shoulder, or specifically the area right behind its shoulder, then you're gonna hit organs, and the area behind its shoulder is even thinner than the shoulder. So if you can penetrate through this, you can probably hit organs in a deer. And if you can kill a deer, chances are you can probably kill a squirrel or a raccoon or something. So that's what that is supposed to simulate. And I'm also going to be covering the pork loin in leather. And as you can see, I've got some styrofoam in behind the piece of meat, so it's not going to be a completely accurate representation of how much penetration you can get through all of the meat. But if it gets through, then we know it's lethal. So this bow on the right is the new one that I've made of 1-inch PVC with 8 fiberglass rods inside. This one is the last one that I made of 3/4-inch PVC and 4 fiberglass rods. This one isn't quite as powerful as I was hoping that it was going to be, so I'm not really sure that it's earned the name the Monster PVC bow or PVC Monster bow. But it's a lot more powerful than this one, so I'm going to test with this one first, and if it makes it through, then I'm going to test with this one. The first arrow we're going to be testing is a bird point. So it did punch its way into the styrofoam, and the razor blade broke off inside the styrofoam. I'm not sure if it broke when it hit the meat or if it hit the styrofoam, but as you can see, it's definitely a kill, even if the razor blade does break. Let's see where it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Okay, so it punched through the meat, then punched through this super dense packing styrofoam. Oh, and it hit the brick, and that's where it broke. So I'm not sure if it would have broken if it didn't hit that brick, so let's give the broadhead a test. And now we're testing the broadhead. It's about 1 inch wide. Hopefully it doesn't break like the last one. I stacked up a bunch more styrofoam on the thing, so hopefully it won't go through. So as you can see, there's a much bigger entry wound as the sides of the blade sliced when they entered. So the blade is still intact. Again, I gotta figure out a way to more accurately test the penetration of this, because for right now I'm a little afraid of it penetrating all the way and damaging my neighbor's fence. Any other direction I shoot is even more dangerous. So the styrofoam behind the target is the best that I can do right now. But as you can see, it was still a kill. Lots and lots of damage, and the arrow is still intact. And then just for fun, I'm trying the target arrow. Okay, so that was surprisingly effective. Something that you'll notice is that this target arrow has an even smaller entry wound than this thing. With these target arrows, you're probably going to get a lot less penetration than you will with the bird point or the broadhead, because it only has a point on it, and after the point enters, then the rest of the arrowhead has to force the skin apart and the muscle apart. But with the other things, it's got a point and it's got a blade, so it punctures with the point and then the blade's cut as the arrow goes through. But this was still surprisingly effective, though I think they're all pretty feasible as hunting arrows. But I think my personal favorite was the bird point arrow, because we know that that went all the way through here and all the way through one of these things. I'm gonna do just a little bit of target practice with the broadhead, I guess, until it breaks. So I'm getting really good penetration with the broadhead, and this is really tough stuff. Like, you can't even squish it with your hand. So that just kind of shows how really tough the arrow is, and I don't really think this is going to break anytime soon. So I'm just gonna do a little more off-camera shots, and then I don't know, I think I'll call it a day. Just kidding, I just remembered that I said that I would use the little bow, so I'm going to be shooting the broadhead since the little one is broken. Alright, so still, oh, it was about right there. Still full penetration, even with the little tiny bow. Fun fact, the Native Americans had bows that only had a draw weight of about 40 to 45 pounds. So that's actually, I think that's actually pretty close to what the small one is. I don't really know what either of them are, but it's clear they're both pretty lethal. And then just for fun, I'm just gonna try the bird point, but I broke off the tip and then I sharpened the stick. Man, that was fast. Yeah, it didn't penetrate into the styrofoam, but still, jeez, that thing flew out quick. It's getting stuck in the leather. So yeah, it's pretty clear. All of these things are at least sort of lethal. I don't even know if that's a real thing, sort of lethal. But I definitely would not want to get hit with any of the things that I just showed you. So that's about all the testing we got for today, and please spare me any, oh, what a waste of food, there's kids starving in Africa comments. I shot it with a bow and arrow. I didn't blow it up with dynamite. Of course, I'm still gonna eat it. Anyways, cool news. I got a drill press, as well as a whole bunch of other really cool stuff that I'm gonna be making a video pretty soon talking about. The stuff that I got and also how I got it. And in case you've somehow managed to go this long without hearing it yet, I have a Patreon page. Ooh. Guys, if you appreciate the time and the money and the effort that I put into making all of these videos, this is sort of like your opportunity to give back a little bit. And every single patron, whether it's $1 or $10 or, you know, to infinity and beyond, it all gets me closer to my dream of being a professional YouTuber. And when I can spend all the time that I'm spending right now just working jobs to get money to fund these videos, when I can just spend all that time actually making videos, think about it. Think about it. And if you're loyal enough of a subscriber to sit through me begging for money, it pays off, because here's the part where I tell you that my next project is a tactical atlatl. I don't remember the name of the guy that suggested this, but you know who you are. An atlatl is essentially like an arrow thrower. Ancient peoples used it to throw arrows like 100 miles an hour, so they are very effective weapons, but I'm going to be putting my own twist on it to make it tactical. You can look forward to that in the near future, but that's all I got for today. So thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.